In this video, I'm exploring the native integration between Jira and Notion. In Notion, there is a slash command called Jira Synced Database that pulls all your issues from Jira and automatically creates a Notion database that you can use to create customized dashboards and views of that data. If I type slash Jira, there are a few options. One of them is a synced database. So if I click on that, this will prompt me to sign in into my Jira instance. I've already done that. Then selecting the sync location where I want to create the Notion database that will show the Jira data synced directly from Jira, read only in Notion. You can see it only allows me to select team spaces, so I can move them later. I'm going to select system for now, and I will name this like so. And I would sync. Let's say here, Notion created a database automatically, Jira issues with a few views. Then it asks me to select projects. I only have one project, so that's pretty easy. If I had multiple ones, then I can select one or many, or all of them. Next up, I will select the properties. These are the fields that are going to be synced from Jira into Notion. Let's say I want to have created, linked issues, updated, category. And last, I will select the filter. I can sync at most all the items created or modified in the last year. That's what I wish to do in this example. So I'm going to select this and then start Jira Sync. So the data before 1 year won't be synced into Notion. Could be a limitation for some people, possibly. If you want to have charts that have historical data, then this is a limitation indeed. But you can have data for the past year in here. All the property types are properly formatted following the Notion data structure. So there is the status, that's a status property, the assignee, that's a user property, the due date, the priority, the Jira URL to directly access the issue. And then here, this is grouped by project. So I have one project, there is only one group. But if I had multiple ones, then it would be multiple groups. If I select new group, it just lets me search because this is a read-only database. It's a special type of database in Notion. But I can still do the same things that I can do in any data source. I can show the aggregation at the group level. In here, I can freeze the column, maybe do a count to see how many issues there are for each project. And then here you can see the completion. I can also show properties. For example, the category, created, updated. And I can expand an item to see all these details. You can see I can't customize the layout on this data source. So that's another special privilege or limitation. But I can move properties around in here. And this is a Notion page. So if I click on it, you can see there are blocks, but I can't do anything with them. So if I expand it, I can't edit properties, I can't edit the name, and I can't edit the page body. So it's a read-only database, a one-way sync. Now I want to move this out of here. So I'm going to go on the three dots and then move to, and I will move it to the page where I'm working on this video. And you can see here, it asks me to move them together because Notion automatically generates a database of issues and a database of projects. So that's why the Cashew Hero is also an expandable page in Notion. So I'm going to move together. I have them here. These are two linked data sources. Here, the projects, where I can also see all the tasks or issues here. And now, because these are Notion databases, I can create charts. For example, if I want to create a view by people, I can do a vertical bar chart from Jira issues. And then I can show the assignee on the x-axis, sorted by task count. Maybe I want to see the highest to the lowest load for the people in the team. And then you want to show task count, but we can also show other data types in here. We can also have a reference line. This can only be static right now, but it's a value. Let's say I want to have at most, I know that one person must have 10 issues on the workload. Or let's say, for this example, 5. And I can set the line style. So solid.dash, I will do dash, and then the color of the line as well. I can add multiple reference lines as well. So here, let's say max capacity per user. I can set that line, and then I can have another reference line for a different data point. that I want to track. And now let's say I'm gonna filter by status is to do or in progress. So I'll do this. Now the reference sign is out of the chart, but it's still there. Then I can style it, the avatar name. I can add the axis names, grid lines, and also the height of the chart. So that's one use case. I can build the dashboard here with multiple columns as per usual, going full width maybe, and then also having views of the database. So if I want to see issues filtered by a specific criteria, then I can easily do that, either by using one of the existing views or by building a linked view. That would be linked view of data source. Then I can select the source issues, either selecting an existing view of that data source or creating a new view of that data source. For example, I might start from an existing view, such as all tasks, but then rename it due this week. Then I can change the icon if I wish, the warning sign, set the layout. I'm going to keep table and then filter by due is on or before 1 week from now, for example, and then sort by due date. And I can customize colors. Maybe if something is overdue, then I want to color it in red. So if I do due is before today, then set the background to red. Otherwise, keep it normal. So in this case, if there are database items that are overdue, they would be red and they would easily be identifiable in this dashboard. I can also build a pie chart, donut chart by status. And then I can show the task count per status. When I click on each slice, I can also open the data, which is always the case in Notion charts. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you wish to work together, contact me via the link in the description, where you can also find my products and resources. See you in the next one.